Any idea what date it was sent? Might be able to find it.
Got no idea.
Yeah. Because it looked fine. Need anything interesting? Okay. I'm ready to go. Is everyone else?
I don't know. Time is it? Time to go.
6:01. Okay.
Oh, it's time to go.
I call the meeting to order. Roll call. Rosemary, we have everyone in attendance. Jill and Mike, and Eric is via Zoom. Has everyone had a chance to look over the September Park Board minutes? Yes. Yes. Does anyone have any corrections, edits, or adjustments? Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
You're motioned. I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Lynn?
I,
Okay, vote carries. All in favor. Looks like we don't have any visitors today, so we'll move right into Jill Schwartz's reports. So Jill, you've got a few things to talk to us about. I guess you can go in whatever order you would like.
All right, we'll just start with the upcoming events. So I printed out the upcoming flyer for our trucking event, which will be held, Saturday, October 25th, starting at 5 o'clock till 7 o'clock, which is the same evening as we'll hold, the town of will hold their trick or treating. So I'm not sure if you're all aware that the North Division Bridge will be closed starting Monday for, let's just say, 3 weeks. With that being said, we can still hold the event and they will have the bridge open for foot traffic. So
Okay.
hopefully this doesn't damper the turnout for this event. We have about 5 new businesses joining us this year as well. Linda and Rosemary will be representing the park with the tractor or the John, what do you call it? Gator.
The Gator.
We are.
What tractors are called. So, if anyone wants to show up,
Will you be able to get across with the gator, the bridge with the gator?
I would hope so, because at that point, foot traffic, they might allow, they are allowing emergency vehicles.
Okay.
emergency.
So, emergency vehicles will be able to cross, just no local traffic. So.
So
anyone
at
that-
nighttime, how is that going to be? Even at nighttime, they're not going to allow anything or what?
Correct. Total closure, 24/7 until they're open. But they're supposed to be done Friday before our event. So it could be.
Friday before the
night.
Saturday?
Yep, so Friday night it could be wide open,
But we're gonna plan worst case scenario.
yeah. But for sure, pedestrians can walk
Yeah.
across it, that, no question about that at all.
But the gator can't make it.
And figure a way.
Yeah,
We can pick a way.
Put flashing lights
You'll
on.
be a first responder.
Eric, we can load it on your trailer and you can take us around. Oh, look at his eyes.
So all the trucks that are going down to the park are going to be crossing the bridge to get there.
Well, then we'll just follow them.
Yep.
Yep.
We'll be-
Okay.
but more to, but the event's still gonna be held in Condon Park, so, looking for great weather and anyone that wants to come and help out pass candy out or dress up in a costume, we would love that.
Jill,
yeah.
okay, for a second. I'm very sorry. I meant to email you on this, but the glass plant up here wants to get it on that. Is it too
Yes.
late?
No,
Okay.
nope,
So they need to find a driver, but they've got a truck already
that'd be awesome.
and a team coming to do some kind of a theme.
Even
So
the day of, somebody says they wanna come, we'll make room for that,
Okay.
so, yeah.
I'll put you in touch. I'm very sorry.
That's okay.
I threw the event out to them. They started doing stuff with it and then I got busy with other things.
We get it, that happens, but nope, we can definitely get you guys in, we love that. Then right after that, we're gonna roll in, start planning for our tree lighting, which will be held Friday, December 5th at the Bristol Fire Department. The doors open at 6 p.m. and then we usually light the tree right around 6:30. the parks helps with this event and sponsoring like the cookies and the hot cocoa. So I'm reaching out to you guys to see if that's something you guys still want to participate in helping fund.
I move that we fund the, what are the cookies and hot
Refreshments?
cocoa refreshments
Refreshments?
for the, yeah,
Do you have a dollar
up
amount in mind?
to probably it's about
No, but I'll email you guys
350?
what I spent last year and it'd probably be very comparable.
350, maybe it was.
That's,
Would
yeah.
that do it? How much are your cookies?
I can email you later. I don't want to give you a figure and it'd be wrong.
Oh, I don't want you to give me a real one. What was it last year? Oh, you're,
That's what she's
oh,
gonna check in
yeah.
the-
Really good number.
She's gonna check
Okay.
in the
12 months ago.
All right. Well,
So I
shall we
can
say
phrase it, you-
400?
You
Just say-
approved
I don't
at least
think,
what I would pay last
let's
year.
say at least 400, but
It would be under that. for sure.
you'll be under that.
And I'll just supply we already have on hand, it would just be supplying even the hot cocoa powder, marshmallows, the goodies.
Yeah.
I wanna say maybe it's like $1 a cookie, we usually do around 100.
Okay.
Once again, we would love to have your guys' support, I'm working with, I was working with Elkhart High, but they're unable to, cause they have a conflict with schedule with their choir coming out. So I'm working with Northridge right now. I haven't got a yay or nay, see if some of the choir could maybe come and sing a few of the carols. So, which will help draw more bodies to that event. So we'll see what happens. If not, Mike said he'd be willing to sing for us that evening.
Michael,
No, I think everyone was looking at you, Mike.
Garrett said we could do backup, I think, is what I heard.
oh, yeah.
If the Northridge choir can't come through, let me know. I mean, I know choir director at some of the local churches,
Yeah.
Give me
December 5th.
connections.
so,
I'll reach out.
okay, so you want them regardless of whether, just give you names?
Well, I'd rather
Okay.
have the names on hand, so if I need to
Right.
start reaching out to them, I can. I even thought about some of our local churches, but I just thought it'd be great if we could get some of our students.
Yeah, the
um,
Catholic Church is one of the ones. I know some people there, and
Okay,
Trinity down the road.
that would be great. I think if we could have a choir, sing a few songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
So
we're
those-
gonna have the mailbox for the kids?
I would love that, yeah. I have the mailbox here. We'll continue that tradition, Rosemary. You still have a connection with Santa, correct?
Pardon?
You still have your connection with Santa, to all the kids that write the letter?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I've got the letters.
Okay,
You know how
In
to
the
get the letters
paper.
to, you know how to get the letters to Saint.
yeah,
I'll have them printed myself.
perfect, thank you.
No, I don't think we were finished. Linda,
Never voted on your
yeah,
motion.
she motioned, to approve the funds for this. I'll second. And you can send us an actual number, but as long as it's less than $400.
Motion?
Motion to, provide funds for refreshment for the tree lighting. Linda motioned, I second. All in favor?
I
Aye. Linda.
Hi, I'm
I'm
sorry, I'm trying to get.
All in favor?
It's your motion.
I know,
I thought she was gonna stonewall her own motion.
no,
But yeah,
Um,
if you guys are able to attend either of those events, I mean, extra hands are always helpful.
And if we have other volunteers that are interested in
Yeah.
doing this kind of thing, do we just have them contact you
That'd
for
be
the time
great. Yeah.
being? Okay, all right.
Contact me.
It's, I work with lots of volunteers and people looking to help out in the community, so.
That'd be perfect. So that will wrap up our 2025 events. And then I provided you with a document, community park events, sort of forecasting 2026. I want to do more in the park, especially next year with all the road construction. If we can just do something fun in our community to help bring smiles. So I sort of just have a monthly breakdown of some things that we could do, obviously weather depending. The first one in January, I'm not gonna go through each of these are just some ideas. Like if there's snow, maybe we have a sledding day, hot cocoa in Condon Park. Along with,
Park,
Hot cocoa?
hot cocoa.
yep, it's right in that document, Rosemary.
He's talking about this right here, so we're just going into this.
Some of these are things that are already planned, like
Correct.
homecoming, car show, corn dog festival.
Yep.
So those already have dates, right?
Car shows. Yeah, I think all of them have dates, correct? Which I know we can tell you the Corn Dog Festival is gonna be September 12th next year. Talked to the library, Shauna, and they have decided to keep the Summer Fest right at the beginning of the kickoff of summer. But it'll be the May 30th. And they're only gonna utilize Condon Park. So they're gonna keep Summerfest, at that time of the year. Homecoming is always the second weekend after the 4th. The trunk or treat, well, I think will actually fall on Halloween next year. And then the tree lighting is always the first Friday in December.
Some of these that are ideas, do you have dates in mind or?
Nope. Cause I wanna get park board's opinion. Is this something we would like to see happen? Is this something that park board, board would wanna put some hands into these efforts, some funds? Some of these, obviously, it's not gonna take a lot of funds. It's just getting the community out in the parks.
I mean, I think some of these are capable of funding all of it.
I think so too, but then it could open up too broad, like, do we wanna have entertainment in our parks? I emailed you guys, what was it, last week, of an improv. Sleepless in Seattle, or Scriptless in Seattle. He sent me a contract or an agreement, if you guys are interested in that. I didn't know if you guys were even entertaining that thought, if you wanna do that. If you're interested, I can email the agreement to you guys. They
please do that.
generally like to have this event indoors. I showed him, Condon Park Pavilion, he says we could do that, they could easily, utilize that space. So, or do we wanna look at some entertainment, do we wanna look at some bands? However, next year, we know it's gonna be a little chaotic with the road construction. Some of the stuff I wanna do in the parks, but we also wanna just continue to support our local business here on Main Street. So, yes, we could have these events in the parks, but we could also stretch it and maybe having entertainment in that parking lot between the Opera House and the Redbird. Maybe entertainment, maybe just a food truck Friday, especially in the summer months to get foot traffic to our businesses. So I know you guys are all about getting people in the parks, and I am as well, but I'm wondering next year if some of this could be maybe just on our Main Street to help with our businesses, get some of their involvement, maybe open late, maybe running promotions. Working with the Redbird, maybe they do like a beer tent in their parking lot, have entertainment. It'd be storytelling, it'd be a band, but if you guys are liking these ideas, I'm more than happy to take that lead and see what we can do for next year to help, support local businesses. And maybe even the Opera House, maybe they can do a little performance.
This is a little off topic, but did I hear that they're gonna have to tear down the Opera House?
I
I mean, I heard that.
Opera House?
Is that something that,
No,
The awning.
okay.
the awning.
The
out front
awning
of them,
has to be.
That's what I thought. The official report was the damage was not bad enough that it had to come out,
Oh.
but last week,
No, they've repaired all the.
Yeah, that's all.
is there a delay in its reopening or anything like that that could have
No,
been
they're-
I misunderstood?
Quarter
I think so.
inches.
All right, well, I'm very glad to hear that that
Yeah.
was a misunderstanding. I was
Yeah.
really sad.
That was fake news.
Yeah,
Fake
yeah.
news.
Um,
But I know this is a lot. I mean, feel free to
Yeah.
look over this and maybe in November, you give me a little bit more of an input of what your guys' thoughts are.
yeah, and in the meantime, if you have more specifics on any of this stuff, like you said, you've got the contract from the improv group. If you want to send us that, any specific dates you've got in mind for these, this is a really good start, by the way. Thank you for this. It's nice to have like what it is you guys are planning and thinking about so that we can throw out some ideas and help and collaborate.
Yeah, I'd like to see dates
And
and ones that aren't already planned.
Well, like January is hard. That's gonna be depending on what the weather is. But I can throw stuff out there like February, maybe it's a weekend. Or maybe it's the whole month of February, we just have rocks out there. But I
Like
can
that,
try to lock in specifics.
like that picnic and pickleball, I mean, the Georges resembled that a few years ago with the Sunday.
I know, I really would like to bring something like that back. I actually reached out to them because, the Corn Dog Festival next year wants to have a pickleball tournament. And I reached out to Debbie today and she's more than excited to be a part of that.
And they would like to do one that funds the park. Like a tournament.
Tournament?
Yeah, so maybe that's what could be in that May. That picnic and pickleball is a pickleball tournament
We could do that.
where, proceeds benefit. You know,
Parks.
because eventually that maintenance is gonna have to be done on that at some point. in time.
Well, I reached,
Actually, that's the topic for tonight.
Yeah,
oh, okay. we did that.
Well, pickleball court needs maintenance now, so.
yeah, for the maintenance, so we need to be able to fund that, so.
Yep.
Okay.
I will
got-
work on that.
I've got a quick thought. I love all the themes and the thoughts in each one. And I don't know if that, I thought before, maybe this would be something to bring up and there's no better form than now, but how do free fishing days work? Is that something that we have the authority or any kind of thing to do? Like Elkhart does free fishing days,
I think it's a countywide thing.
is it?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
June,
Just have to get the date, I think,
yeah.
and then make whoever aware.
Then
that's what we're gonna
do the event around it.
Or
Yeah,
just
we kinda do it
promote
That
it.
day is
Yeah.
that,
Something.
yeah,
And
Yeah,
go out
it's-
to park
It's
or
supposed to be
something.
like a countywide thing, I thought. because-
yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Free
But-
fishing?
Yeah, you don't need. a
Well,
like you don't
You
need
don't
Yeah.
need a license, you can
Yeah.
fish.
That, you
it's all
don't have to
beaches.
have a license that day. You could
Are
fish.
you Googling it, Eric? I see.
Pardon?
I thought maybe you were Googling it.
Yeah, really, Jill. So I just looked at Benitez, well, then from 2025. Days were May 4th, June 7th through the 8th, and September 27th.
Oh, there's several.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just have to publicize it.
Yeah, I could add that to our events
Yeah.
then. Get people in our parks for fishing.
And were you suggesting that we try to just promote that it's free shipping or maybe free shipping, free fishing? Or try to have an event that's.
well, maybe have a little contest in
Yeah,
town or
right.
something.
Yeah, not everything we have
I
to
remember
do
we used to do that
can be
before.
labor intensive, we can,
Yeah.
So we have really great resources for water sports, and however shallow some of the portions of the river are, but. Obviously kayaking, canoeing, and fishing is a fun thing. I've fished out of Congan Park when I was a kid. 100 times or so,
Mhm.
caught nothing but catfish, but it's fun.
I can only catch small ones at mine.
Yeah.
I'm fishing with catfish, all small enough bags.
That's a great idea.
No, I like that,
Can we
idea, adding it.
Look into
Yeah,
those.
26 states.
And does anybody have any other thoughts for events they'd like to see added to the list for next year?
I mean, I think one a month would be good. It's pretty crazy, it's a concern.
Yeah,
It can be.
I mean, that's enough,
yeah, we don't want to do too much that,
it's park sponsored, and some of these, we're just helping out, basically. I mean, homecoming is already,
Right.
some of these are already thinking, I don't know, you need to pile more on top of that month.
I said, let's start small.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we could grow it, eventually if we have a park employee or somebody, wherever we get into the future. But do you guys also like the idea that maybe some of these events for next year can sort of be on Main Street?
Yeah, whatever's convenient, I
Mhm.
mean, we're gonna have to work around. It's kinda like your homecoming ended up in Cummins Park, so.
Okay.
I like the idea of having some possibly on Main
Right.
Street. But
More
like you
summer
said,
ones.
our main goal is to get people into the parks. But, after local residents and residents from the surrounding communities, I think local businesses and organizations are next on our list of priorities, so.
Yeah.
I would like to see some stuff on Main Street.
Signage showing that we're sponsored and are participating in it, that'd be cool.
We can definitely do that.
Mhm.
I mean, my goal is back in 27, we're back in the parks.
I mean, we have a park on Main Street, so it's not like.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you don't have a park represented at a Main Street activity.
And some of those could be from there, who knows? That
Yeah, but that's some aspect of it, isn't it?
Get a temporary stage, have a performer there and
Yeah.
People walk over across the street to grab dinner.
Sure.
Jill, could you email us this?
I believe I did.
Did you?
but I
Okay,
don't-
was that an email that you sent today with your preparations report?
No, it was
No.
last week.
Okay.
I think,
I will double-
actually, Michael, it might have been when I asked to add these items to the agenda.
All right, I will go back and double check. I think maybe we could just start a thread that's on these events, and if, as you get specific dates, you can share them, and if we've got
I can come back.
ideas or
and
suggestions, we
review
can
and-
come back and
Yeah.
give you some info.
Yeah.
But this looks very good, thank you.
Yeah, we did a fun walk this year in Condon Park in November for a turkey trot, it's not really, it'd be cool. 4 laps. 4 laps there, 5 laps coming.
Yeah, I don't think we do a 5K because we're not ready to do something like that, but just to
But
get,
if you did a mile fun walk in each, game out, or whatever park you wanna go to.
some signs, yeah.
One other thing I just want to say again clearly is if, for any of these things, as you get dollar amounts, potential budgetary things you would like assistance with. So in addition to dates, if you get dollar amounts that start to come up, like, well, we think this event might cost this much and we want to ask the park board that. Yeah, just email us that because we would like to, support these events financially and.
Yep.
Support, so. Does anybody have any more questions for Jill, or Jill, do you need us to clarify anything or answer anything for you to?
I guess it just sort of wanted your feedback if this is something you want to pursue, but it sounds like you just want a little bit more information, but it sounds like it's a good possibility to start off next year with some events.
Yeah, I think this is a great start. And this is the kind of thing I was talking about, wanting to have with regards to events, letting us know what we're thinking about planning so we can help out where we can.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else on park events, general?
They can put that together.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I mean, this really just kind of covered what I was gonna talk about next. I felt like there was a little bit of a lack of park board involvement in the, planning of the Corn Dog Festival and lack of being informed about what was going on with the Corn Dog Festival. And I talked to some of the board a little bit, but I guess I wanted to kind of get you the clarification from the board on what you think our role should be in events. And I kind of want to go back to, I believe, I don't know if it was last summer or fall, when Scott, I think we voted to, I don't know if we even voted or just made some guideline changes to events. I don't, was it your intention when we did those things that the park board would no longer be involved in park events, whether they're held by private entities or by the town?
Well, if it was a private event, the intention was the private event needed to handle, and we didn't necessarily need to be down there to police it.
Right.
It was to allow the employees, i.e. Jill, or at the time, if we were gonna eventually have a designated employee, if there was paperwork that needed to be filled out or whatever the case may be, they handle that through the folks that are here Monday through Friday.
Right.
We're not. So
Right.
that was kind of my intention with that. And I think that's kind of the process that we went forward with,
Mhm.
so. I expressed to you in an email, I don't have time, to be involved with every single thing that goes on in the park. I can't speak for the rest of you. And I put that statement in myself, I didn't have time then, and I don't
Yeah.
have time now. So there are some things that, throughout the year I can participate in, but it's not like what Jill can do or Mike can do.
Right, right.
I'm not available.
Or a park employee,
Right.
because that's what,
Yeah.
if we were working towards
We
having
could
a park
eventually look
employee.
at hiring somebody, that would be great.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, is that something that would benefit you guys, having a park employee to do some of this work that you're doing for us right now? We really appreciate this. I just didn't know, I mean, over the last few years, that was the direction I thought we were going as a board, was trying to get a park employee to take over a lot of the event planning. So what is it that you're,
Well, the
Your office
only
would prefer.
event planning that would be involved are the ones that Jill just listed. So if you
Yeah,
want to be
that'd be
involved,
great.
there's a whole list there outside of. But the park. So I'm not sure what you're asking, because we're not involved with homecoming. We're not officially involved with corn dog or the car show, other than unless it's our own volunteer time.
Yeah. I guess when I came on the board, I was a little surprised that the park board wasn't involved at all in the homecoming planning process. But I understood that homecoming was around well before the park board. So it made sense to me that that one kind of continued going in that route. I would have expected that the park board, if the town was a major sponsor or primary sponsor of events, I would think the park board would be kind of primarily involved.
Well, we kinda have been,
In
we
that.
participated in the purchase of fireworks. We updated
Are you talking about with homecoming?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
okay,
we were
all right.
talking about. And we've updated electrical equipment and things like that, so we have participated to the level that's expected of us.
Yeah.
The rest of it is falls on the shoulders of that planning committee that's homecoming,
Right.
and that's really not us, so.
So with other events though, I mean, outside of homecoming, I mean, if the town is gonna host a big event, how much should the park board be involved? What kinds of things do you want to be informed on? What kinds of things do you want to make decisions about?
But my
That's
opinion
what I'm
is I'd
hoping
like
to
to be
clarify.
made aware that something is going to occur. And then be made aware that the paperwork has been filled out, which is what Bill currently does, that's part of their job. I think, I don't wanna speak out of turn, is that correct?
Right, so I share the application with whatever event's happening and whoever that director is. They fill it out, then since Scott's no longer president, I would send it to you, not the full park board, I can though. Mike gets it, Eric gets it, our marshal gets it, our fire chief gets it, and then you guys yay or nay that application. So I think I have to admit that I don't think you got one for the Corn Dog Festival. So,
But I know in years past, I think I was president about 12 years. Jill made me aware of almost everything that occurred.
try,
And anytime there was a question about whether we wanted to or not have that, she got a hold of me, so I can't say that. And I know it's pretty much, that's just been me the last few years, and Mike, this is your first year.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's been the process that I was aware of. the
but
entire
just like the car show, I think you got one for the homecoming.
Yeah,
Right.
I send
Right.
those, so I will, this is where I drop the ball. So our marshal, our fire chief, Mike, myself generally attend those progress meetings. So that's probably why I dropped the ball. I was out of mind for park board, so I apologize on that. But I do have everyone fill out an application. And then I send it to you guys and then give you like 7-10 days to yay or nay it.
So.
I-
Who sponsors the Halloween and the Christmas tree lighting? Is that a town sponsored or a park sponsored event?
So I usually say it's a park sponsored event, along with fire
Yeah.
department for the tree lighting.
So, Michael, the town, actually, I just want to make sure that the town doesn't actually sponsor any events. We pay into them, like homecoming,
Mhm.
corn dog. Have we given anything to the car show or?
The parks has.
Yeah, the park.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm just saying, like, if our funds are involved in it,
And
we should
and
be
did
involved at
take
least
funds
in some of the
into
decision
Summer
making
Fest.
process.
We kicked money into the
Yes.
Summer Fest for the library, and
Yeah.
I felt like we were made aware of that.
I like the way that the library came and told us what they were planning on doing. I would like to see homecoming come and tell us what they're planning on doing, if they have any other new events or anything. And then like the car show, what she wants. So at that time, they can ask us if there's anything that so that we would know if there's anything we can do for them.
Well, is that something we want to part of the application? The special event application, especially if it's being held inside of a park?
If it's a little thing,
Just
doesn't,
quick
but
recap.
a big thing like that fest, the summer fest was a big deal. And the dog festival is a big deal, homecoming's a big deal. Well, I think trunk and treats is a big deal, and I think Christmas thing is a big deal. And some of these events that that you're saying here, there are probably some that would be really a big deal.
And that's kind of what I was getting at too. I feel like with a lot of these events, we've done a great job working as a team and sharing information and planning things. But with specific regard to the Corn Dog Festival, this year there was a lot of things that I didn't get shared with me that I thought should have been shared with the park board, and I've already emailed you about it. I think we've discussed
Yeah,
that.
could you be a little more specific about that? Because not sure I know which things you think you should have been informed of, because, I mean, that was, hosted by another organization, so I just want to make sure.
Well, like Linda's saying,
Yeah.
we would have liked to have had someone from the planning organization for Corn Dog Festival come to one of our meetings and talk to us about what was gonna be going on at Corn Dog Fest, the way the other
Okay.
events had been.
Yeah.
And the main thing I wanted, or that came as a surprise to me, was finding out from another person in town, the changing of the funding support for the festival, which you explained in an email to me. I don't recall if that was
Yeah,
shared with
everybody got
everyone.
a copy of that.
That monogram support dropped and then the city kicked in a sizable chunk to.
They had done that at
Cover
the
that.
beginning of the year, hadn't they? And they made that
Yeah,
change at the
the
beginning of the year.
The town contributed the same amount this year as they did
No, I'm talking about Monogram. They had made that change
last fall,
last fall.
late last fall. Well, late last fall, they said they would no longer sponsor it.
When it rained,
What's that?
when it rained and nobody came.
Well, there were other factors
Yeah, I'm
involved.
sure.
For a while, there was no Corn Dog Festival for 2025. Yeah. Until Bristol on the River decided to take
So
sponsorship.
that sponsorship change is one of the things I would have liked to have been informed about.
Sure.
Anything else on that?
So how is it coming out with, making sure that things are emptied and that we have enough waste containers that people can do that? Are we doing okay with that?
With the
I
trash
mean,
removal
during
after
the
events?
events, yeah.
Usually they provide additional, trash cans or whatever receptacles. Yeah, usually they bring in their own, like the Corn Dog had a large receptacle there.
Okay.
Because I think there was some issue after the Summerfest possibly with trash removal, so that's maybe why she was asking. But it was,
There was issue. Is that what you said?
yes,
Was that why you're asking?
I'm not sure what the issue
Oh,
is.
I just wondered if we have enough people doing whatever, we have the things that they need to do it with.
We don't supply any of those resources or manpower.
the people hosting the
Event.
events are
Okay,
responsible
people
for the
hosting
trash.
events,
Yeah.
okay.
We just supply the place.
Yeah, yeah, we supply the, but we're facilitators. I don't know if we need to meddle in like who's into what, behind what, funding what money they're going where. Yeah, we're facilitators. Right. I'm all right with just being facilitator on an ad hoc basis. I feel like the library came here to talk about things because they were setting things up and they were kind of new to it. So it's kind of also just kind of planning and pulling on things and, that was a new process for them. It's definitely not a new process for homecoming, right? They know what they're doing. And it's not necessarily a new process for Corn Dog. That's been 4 years now. So even though it changed planning groups, the people, and thank you for doing what you do, the people who do that, they know what they're doing. So we can be, in my opinion, we can be facilitators, but we don't have to get knee deep in items like that.
I kind of agree with events that currently exist and have existed.
And I'll continue sending that special application. I mean, you won't know the funding source, but you'll know what the event is, the days of. Basically, if they need traffic, if they need road closures, or if there's a parade or a raffle.
Sponsoring the event, or who the sponsor is or the organizer of the
Right,
event.
but not the sponsorship, like the
Yeah.
funding.
And they have those meetings. I just never went to them because I never had time. But I mean, that's something one of us could go to.
Is that the Bristol on the River meetings or what's, you said?
Well, I
names,
just meant
meetings, which
the
one?
meetings that like Nick participates in,
Mhm.
Eric participates in, sometimes the town marshal participates in.
Mhm.
Unfortunately for me, this never have worked for me. Time frame wise, Jill had let me know some of them in the past and I just couldn't make it,
We've been.
But I mean, that's always something that one of us could go to.
Right.
If you want that to, occur, if someone has time. so.
And that's, Linda told me about it after the fact, and I was gonna go to a Bristol on the River meeting to try to get that information, and I couldn't make it my schedule. But, yeah, I just, all the other events we have, people come to us before and afterwards and, you know, generally report on what's going on, so we can give them input, give them our support in whatever way we can. I don't feel like that happened with the Corn Dog Festival this year. And then, like I said, I believe with the other events, did a great job. And I honestly, I missed that I didn't get the thing that you sent up to the marshal and everything. I thought that we'd already done that. So
Oh, wait.
I didn't even notice that I didn't get it. So there's no apology necessary
well,
there.
No, it
But I
wasn't.
was thinking mainly like what's being told to us in these meetings. So if there's a big change in sponsorship, if the town is contributing funds, even if it's through Bristol on the River, if it's town money, I think the park board does need to be informed about who's sponsoring events. And just how those events go. So this was, I feel like this is a really great start. I think we have had some complications when we had a park employee who was kind of responsible for making sure all that information got to us, and when they left, that now has fallen on you guys, and that's why I was trying to raise the question, do we need to look into a park employee so that you guys have time to do all the other work that I know that you have, so I think that's something we can consider and talk about as we move forward.
Yeah.
Any more discussion on park events? No? Okay, then we will move on to Congdon Park. Mike, first thing we have there is a tree removal and replacement plan. Is that you or Eric?
That is Eric.
Eric.
Yep. We were informed that there was, I believe, from the email, it could have been 2 to 3 trees. I think they're the locust trees over by the climbing structure by the pirate ship. We're informed by a passerby, if you will, a lady, that deemed that trees were unsafe, and they did seem to be a little dead in some spots. So I had those, or going to have those removed. And then he, bam, also informed me that there was looked like a elm or an oak, that was starting to split way up, kind of more west between the two drives, by the new lift station. So I had him take down that one. And I know that we've been taking down trees and for, the safety purposes. But I'm feeling that 5 trees to be replanted, to kind of take place of those should be adequate enough. I still gotta get in touch with either Turkey Creek or, Dogwood, to find something that's going to suit our needs the best. I'm figuring that with the 5 trees, we should be about $200 a tree, to have those replaced. Now, as far as location of them, I'm still kind of in there on that one. We got plenty of ground to be able to transplant, or not transplant, but plant them wherever we decide. But that's currently where we're at. Then also I was informed that there's a mulberry tree by the basketball court at Cummins that needs to come down.
Yes.
We'll be taking that one down.
Is that the one that has the branches that overhang?
That's what I've been requested to be taken down. I think I'm on my 3rd year of request on taking that tree.
You can't hit a corner 3 from the west.
It's over by the hoop on the west side.
Yes.
Yeah, after being today, I was informed that it's kind of like a little bit of an issue there for the basketball hoop, so that'll be taken down as well. Not worried that we'll take care of that one. That's just it's not a very big tree at all. So that's where we're at with trees currently.
There's some discussion about some more trees that need to come down around the new lift station. Those are $250,000 lift stations, and a tree falls on it, it's a problem. In Condon Park, yes. So there's some trees uphill from that we're taking a look at.
If we keep taking enough of these down, we're gonna have to look at putting some shade in, just like we did.
I know.
Well, that's actually, I was gonna make a proposal. I think for every tree we remove, we need to dedicate at least planting one. maybe 1.5 per tree removed.
Need to figure out where you want them to go.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, those trees weren't planted with any idea whatsoever when they were
Right.
right.
there, and then that storm really helped us out, not really, but I mean, it took out all the trees. And so now it's just trying to systematically figure out where you wanna put those. I think that was an overgrowth of trees to begin with that were naturally there.
Mhm.
So I don't know, if we need to replace every single one of them, but.
Yeah, but the ones we're cutting down now. What are parameters we have for, tree planting? I mean, obviously, there's things like Mike mentioned, if it's gonna cause a problem with, damage to structures, that's a problem, but I mean, do we have, I personally think we should be planting native trees that attract native species. Is that
I
something
don't
that
disagree.
that matters to the
Great.
park board? I know that's something that was requested at our 5-year planning meeting.
Yeah,
We need to get more mulch down in that one little spot by the stairway. Yeah, it's looking really bad. Needs
Gee.
more.
Eric, do you have tree choices you're
Needs to
looking
be
at, or you just
mulched.
need to go get some tree choices?
I have some tree suggestions, from the lady that had given us the information saying that these trees are not looking too healthy. She has some, and apparently she must be an arborist, she works for an arborist. So she has some suggestions of trees that would be more suitable for our needs there. But then also I wanna kind of talk to, either like Turkey Creek or Dogwood to say, hey, what is an ideal tree for this kind of location? Something that's not gonna be a messy tree, that's gonna eventually grow into something of being a problem, which is obviously something we wanna avoid.
And then are you
So
looking,
that's,
at plant these next spring?
no, ideally, we would like to try to plant them relatively soon. Tree planting is best in the fall time.
Okay,
Mike, did you ask this, what is the name of the arborist that emailed us?
I forget her name right now.
Okay, all right, we'll just call her the arborist.
The
then.
arborist.
The arborist. Did you, it's Emma? Did you ask Emma if any of the options she gave us were native or, low maintenance is the other thing I think we should
I
go
did.
for?
She's part of the Trees for Goshen or City, so I'm sure that I would assume that
She's a
would be.
certified arborist.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't remember, what were her examples? Do you
I'm
have her
working on
email?
that still,
Okay.
yeah.
she gave a list of trees. I don't know which of those would be low maintenance. See, the thing is, we want something fast growing so we can get shade early, but if it's fast growing, then it's more likely to require maintenance. So that's where I think,
Yeah,
for you guys on the maintenance end, trying to dial that in is gonna be difficult, but I guess the one major request from the park board is that we try to plant natives. And Mike, you mentioned a while back, that the town used to have an arborist that did a tree inventory for us.
no.
Can
Somebody
you get
volunteered to
any-
do a tree
Okay.
inventory, and the free job is, the results are about what you paid for.
Gotcha. The reason I'm asking is, can we get hopefully it could be a volunteer with some quality they could bring, but an arborist who would give us, input on trees. I think we're gonna get a better answer from a tree specialist than a tree trimmer.
I don't know what happened to our one we had from the gentleman from Fort Wayne years ago. I don't know where that disappeared to. But he came through, went through all the parks and told us what trees to cut down. That's how we got the idea to get rid of the ones off the hillside. That all came from that guy.
Right.
Is that before me or soon after me?
After
I
you,
think it was right at the beginning of,
it was
Okay.
before you.
I think it started
Yeah.
when Mitchell was here, but those trees.
Yeah.
came out.
Mhm.
And he gave us, and so I don't know where that official plan ended up. But it was a plan for all of the parks. I mean, he went through Nance, Congdon and Cummins, and he laid out what should come down, and so, I know Dean was a part of that, but where that went, I don't know where that.
There may be some of Mitch's old files downstairs. I might look through those, see if I can find that.
I was thinking more of having somebody that would be available to call,
Yeah.
just,
And at the time that guy was, he was out of Fort Wayne Parks. He was out of, so.
so would the town be able to form a relationship with an arborist? to
Yeah,
answer some
sure.
questions like that for us.
Sounds like Emma would do it.
Well, that's, I wondered if Emma, I also have some tree people I've spoken to about the hermance planting that I could ask them if they'd be interested.
Oh, well, maybe I didn't include you on where she gave. Eric, you were on that email where she made a few suggestions on trees. Yeah, so he has it. I don't know, we'll find
We can
him.
look it up.
Yeah, we'll find him.
Okay, so right now we're looking at getting 5 trees replaced in that area, this fall. Um, Just for
So-
me, make sure it's a native. Anybody
Yeah.
else have requests?
Anything else repel bugs?
Repels bugs,
Yeah.
okay.
It does what?
It just, he wants a citronella tree apparently.
Yeah.
It eventually generates some shade.
Yep, shade
Yeah.
trees.
Because you know, the interesting challenge here is that we want trees in our parks, but all of the large festivals would like less trees, so they can put more food trucks and
Right.
more,
Right.
yeah.
That's what I mean, that's why I don't know that replacing every single one of them is truly a necessity.
Well, there's
Well, it doesn't.
there's
have to be.
other things than trees, like bushes, possibly.
I think the area north of the pavilion, where we've got some picnic table, where the trees are at now, I think we
Yeah.
focus our trees in that area.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
And the other thing is we can do smaller trees. I mean, red buds, dogwoods, these, you know, along the walking path there would not only be attractive, a lot of them are native. And those are small enough that you could fit food trucks around them.
They would be small enough that food trucks would hit them and damage them, just about
Yes.
guarantee you. They've
Right,
done it
okay.
to street tar light poles up there and everything else.
I just hope that.
But that would make a nice trail. You put red buds and dogwoods all the way around that path. That would be nice.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a solid wall, but it could be
Yeah.
intermittently, but
They would
I
be,
recognize that there are events in the parks that trees make,
yeah.
problematic. But I hope that these people hosting the events recognize that this is a park and parks have trees.
I like the suggestion too on those gator bags.
I couldn't remember if I shared that. Did you guys, have you seen the gator bags? That's
Eric's gonna get those.
when I worked with a tree specialist in Middlebury, he used those every time we transplanted and
Yeah.
if you don't use them, you're gonna lose a lot of those trees you plant, so.
Well, you gotta be a lot of water.
Unless you wanna go out there every day with, a couple of times a day with your hose and, is there water? I mean, I know there's the river there, but is there, oh yeah, I've seen the hydrants. Okay. So any questions for Eric on that? He said 5 trees, about $200 a piece going in this fall. How many total were removed?
Let's see, there was orange.
Starting when?
Well, I guess just in the, what came about since Emma's email.
Oh,
And a
just-
guesstimate is fine.
Just one so far, but there's another 2 or 3 coming down, I think.
There's 2, 3, I wanna say 4.
Right. for one.
Okay.
I'm pretty
That's right.
confident it's 4.
Okay. So just as soon as you can, let us know what kind of trees you've got narrowed down to.
We've got one to go into the cemetery. Are we gonna try to do anything over there in Memorial Park? With a tree at all?
Not until we're done with construction down there.
What was the reason that one came out?
Oh, it's nasty.
It was kind of a nasty multi-trunk tree.
Falling down.
It
Not
could,
yet,
I mean, it was,
but, we just
it
want
just-
something a little nicer there.
yeah,
Okay.
like a nice blue spruce.
Yeah.
Well, then, I guess with regards to the trees, I'd like to make a motion that we as a town, as park board, if we remove a tree, we replace a tree. And it doesn't even have to be in the exact same area. You know, if we decide there's an area of hermits that can use some extra trees and there's, you know, the one that was there in Congdon is gonna fall on picnickers. You know, I would be okay with saying we just replace it with a tree in one of our parks somewhere. I have a second?
Also,
Us,
Andrew seconded, all in favor? Aye.
I,
Vote carried. Okay. Written all over my agenda now. Looks like we're on the Corn Dog Fest report, Mike. I'm sorry, unless Eric, was there anything else you needed from us on the trees?
No,
Okay, thank
I'm all
you.
good over here.
Thank you for your work on that, sir. All right. Apologies, Mike.
Not much to add to what I've already emailed you as far as, it was very well attended this year. And, well, Michael, I know you were there. I saw you.
Yeah.
Very well attended. First year for the new group that was organizing that. We incurred a lot of additional costs because we lost a lot of the volunteers from Monogram. And so the festival was essentially a break even this year. We were able to give back, I don't know, in the neighborhood of maybe $5,000 or $6,000 to not-for-profits, but not nearly what we'd like to do in the future. So it'll be better next year.
Any idea on attendance? I mean, I know we don't have anybody there counting, but is there any way to estimate attendance at these?
The
events?
number that's being put out there is 12,000. But I'm not sure where Jess came up with that number. ADEC believes they transported somewhere around 4,400 people. So
Okay,
that was
that's
half,
a good way to-
then that's 9,000 about.
Mhm.
Yeah. Food vendors ran out of food, and the other vendors, some other vendors mentioned that they sold more in that one day at the Corn Dog Festival than they sold the entire season at other festivals. So that's impressive. So we have people wanting to come back, and we have people that attended.
That word will
come.
get around fast.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it will. It goes through those vendors
So
like hot
I think
fire.
they hit a nice balance with the music and the entertainment. So we're gonna try and keep that, adding a few new things next year, the way it sounds, the pickleball. If I can get Scott to agree to manage the bridge to bridge race, we're gonna do that next year, kayak.
That'd be good.
Is that on the works?
Did you get my email on that? You did not? I wonder what Scott I sent it to.
Was that for the Corn Dog Festival you're saying?
Sometimes you send
No.
things to my,
Yeah.
like my Apple,
Yeah,
and that's not it, use my Gmail.
I'll double check. So are you interested in helping organize bridge to bridge kayak race for?
Yeah, it would depend on the weekend and if I'm at the fire station, because then I have to arrange to be off from the fire station. To help
Is it
with that.
September
September 12th.
12th?
Okay, I'll have to look at it. Send me like an email on that. so
Okay,
can look
I
at it.
will. Because we'd like to promote that, and I'm sure you can get lots of volunteers from fire departments, police departments. They're all anxious to get their boats in the water.
Okay.
Are you B?
Well,
Are you B ship?
see. Cool.
Are you the resource person?
Yeah,
That sounds
they,
really odd. I don't know.
they
if
really
it's scheduled.
they really get a lot of people at that one that's over there at, what is the name of that company now?
Oh, for the
Is that
fundraiser,
The pipe, or what?
for the corn dog,
Well,
for
where the fire department made a boat.
the
Oh.
cardboard races.
Yeah, those,
Well-
that kind of a
Okay,
thing,
either
couldn't
way.
that work from Bristol?
Well, I don't know. I like the bridge to bridge because
Well, I
we're
like
bringing
that
back
too.
an event that happened in the past,
Okay.
bringing it back.
And it was a
Okay.
fall event.
Was it?
Mm.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Bridge to Bridge was a fall event. Hosted by the Stripes.
Yep,
Okay.
That had the fluid, had fluid fun.
Oh, okay.
But that was
Mhm.
that was
Their
their
thing.
fall race, and then they had an adventure race too that they sponsored. But that Bridge to Bridge was one that they had for several years.
We're giving up on the corn dog king contest because we had no contest. We're giving up on the wiener dog contest because we can't have dogs in the park because they fight. Anyway, so that's it, unless you have.
Little dogs always end up in a disaster because they fight other little dogs and then they want to fight big dogs.
Big dogs. Yeah.
I mean, were there any, I don't know, bigger problems or great successes? I mean, mentioned the dogs were getting into fights, were there?
Well, there was a dog and two
Okay.
dogs that got in a little bit of a spat, but
One altercation.
No, I don't, there's always some problems that, we'll tackle next year, and then next year we'll have new problems, but, nothing serious other than we couldn't cook corn dogs fast enough.
That's, yeah, I saw that corn dog line. Lines were long at all the food vendors, but the
Yeah.
corn dog one was, yeah.
And, we thought, actually, I was surprised that was a problem, because we thought we had the experienced folks doing that, and it just turned out not the way we expected.
Like you said, something new goes wrong every year. Okay, any other questions on the corn dog fest? Okay. Looks like that's the last thing on the agenda. But did we talk about this? I know we maybe mentioned it briefly beforehand. Could we
You're
go
ready?
back?
Yep, there's
Yeah,
two
Jill, would
things
you
real
fill us in
fast.
on what's
I
going
don't-
on with the?
I'm gonna talk about that, but I also want to update you guys that Eric got word today, October 14th, 15th are dates for the basketball court to be redone. So,
That was my question.
oh, sorry. So painting or striping still might happen this year or not, but at least we know the basketball court will be scheduled in the next week. That is next week, isn't it? So we'll put something out on Facebook, to just let people know that the court will be, is it just closed those 2 days only, Eric, you think, or?
I can't, I don't wanna say that that's just gonna be closed just those 2 days, I wanna say that, we'll give it the week, we'll
Okay,
give them a week.
so we'll put something out on Facebook then, just to let everybody know that the court will be closed.
That was
Do you-
October 14th.
Do you have a vendor for the future to do the striping, or you gotta find that?
I gotta source that, I'm not sure there's anybody that I can think of off the top of my head that does the striping.
I can,
The folks that I'd gotten the quote from that we then,
do they?
they would have been able to find a vendor to help us with that. So, and they didn't give me who that was, but then we didn't go with them, so I don't know who their vendor would have been. But Niblock in the past used to use Art,
That's who we used last time.
yeah, and that's who did our tennis court in the past. And then they also helped with the basketball court in the past as well.
Well,
Okay.
we know those guys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Then to shift to that letter that you guys have in front of you, we were pleasantly surprised when we received this email today from the Community Foundation. So, Mr. and Mrs. Armstrong, they are residents of Bristol. Mr. Armstrong passed away a few years ago. Mrs. Armstrong is still alive. And, I don't really know the backstory of if they just visited our parks often, if they were engaged at some level at some point. But in their hearts, they see,
Did he have a business in town?
I'm not, I don't know. Very possible, but obviously there's some connection there where they see.
I wonder
the-
if he did, if we'd sent him a Scott letter. Where Scott would go and talk to him. I know you didn't talk to him, Scott, but you might have
That's
gotten a
how- That's
letter.
how we got the funding from Dick Stout was going
Yeah.
out, so.
So, whatever the reasoning was, they see the improvements and wanna give back to our park, so. If you notice in that letter, that is a permanent endowment that we will be receiving on an annual basis around October of every year. Dollars could change, obviously, but, we will put those funds, we have not received that yet, but once we do, you guys have a park donation fund, specific fund. We'll just start to build that up and,
Mhm.
they did say that it doesn't need to be anonymous, so if we ever have a future project that we use with those funds, it might be something we can honor that family with a placard. But that was a wonderful surprise today.
Are we sending them a thank you? or-
Yes, we will. We will get it. And if you guys want, I'll go thank you card and let you know when it's ready. Maybe each of you sign it or,
That'd be a good idea.
I'd like to do that, thanks.
okay. But
We do that
that's
next
all we really
meeting.
know about.
Can
the-
we
the funds.
sign the thank you at next meeting?
Do you wanna wait that long?
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
I'll email you guys when it's ready if you wanna
We can
pop in.
stop in.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good
Um,
idea.
Just two questions, if you are able to ascertain, their connection to the community. So
They're
live
town
in-
residents.
They lived in Bristol.
They do still.
I mean, if there was something further beyond that.
He's formerly of Elkhart, he was born in Michigan City.
Are you reading?
You got it. Are you reading this up?
Personal residence,
And
yeah.
then the second question I had, it just says to be used in accordance with the foundation's spending policy. Just curious, what, is that the community foundation of Elkhart? Is that the foundation? What is the spending
That's
policy?
the
is my question.
community foundation spending policies, which is to follow what the fund was set up for, which is to distribute to us.
Okay, so there's not some further.
Not for us, no.
Requirement there that it has to go towards planting
No.
trees or.
Town manager salary, no.
Okay, right.
Bonus. So we're going to place that in the Parks Donation Fund and let that accumulate. And we can do some things with that.
Great. All right, well, thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
And thank the Armstrong.
Thank you,
That's
letter
a
will be
fantastic express.
next week, we'll have you guys pop in.
Mhm.
And then Mike, I'm sorry, I wrote in on the agenda, you said you needed to talk about something about pickleball, court maintenance.
Yes, the pickleball court, the asphalt is cracking, so Eric is looking at figuring out what we're going to do to seal those cracks. Something that will fill the cracks yet maintain a nice
I was not listening,
surface.
can you start over with that again?
Yeah, so the pickleball is having significant cracking happening places. So Eric is looking at some sort of a compound to put in there that will
How old
seal
is
it.
that?
That's my question.
4 years.
Think it opened, yeah, we started working on.
My
it
first year.
2020, It like,
If we can find that, the company that did that, it might still be under warranty.
I do have all that information, I reached out to
Or-
Debbie, and Mark George today as well.
Yeah, where they would come back from Illinois and it may still be under warranty where they would actually come back and service that.
There's
Because that
several
was-
rust spots too throughout the court, which is really odd. We've never
It's
watched
what?
it, what,
Rust spots.
2-3 weeks ago?
But some of that, might wager to say is still warranty.
I
Really?
am curious how, I mean, when we decided to do it, they did tell us, this is about how long it'll take before it requires maintenance. Do we have, is that in the documentation anywhere?
I never
Yeah,
thought
it
about
is.
warranty.
Hey,
It's in all of that.
Does it
It's in all of
does it
that.
seem weird that it would be cracking so bad it requires fixing after 4 years?
No,
I'm not
you live
not
in
used
Indiana
to.
and it's,
Weathered?
yeah, weather.
No, is
Eric
that
and I were
normal wear and
discussing
tear?
it's asphalt, which will crack in time. I don't know what's,
Yeah,
Is there a warranty in this one?
his surfacing had a warranty. So,
We'll see if we can look it up.
Yeah.
alright.
yeah, we'll take a look. But
US tenant?
Yeah, something
we'd like
like
to get
that,
those
yeah.
sealed up before winter and we get
Yeah.
more freezing and
Right.
thawing.
I don't know if you guys ever go down there, but that is just a packed part with
It's
tennis.
packed every
With
day.
pickleball and tennis.
Yeah, but this is why some of the new reports, and I looked into this, we just couldn't do it as a freestand, but it's why some of the courts are concrete, but they're separated. They do them as 3 individual,
Oh, I see.
you know what I mean? So yes, there's 6 courts, but 2 of those courts would be one section. It was just, I don't think we quite had the footprint to be able to do that, is why, cause that cement vendor was who I was looking at going with as well. Max Yakee's company, but they weren't gonna be able to do it as a free expanse. And then Niblock came in and said, hey, we can do it. So, and they went ahead and did the project in conjunction with that US Tennis or whoever they were out of Illinois. So,
Okay.
We can see if we can find a warranty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's warranty to some level, yeah. So,
so I'm thinking maybe our next 5-year plan.
Yeah, it-
Or court,
Right.
Indoor.
year round.
Oh, man.
like Middlebury.
They have showers, the clerk up front.
Man.
But I mean, this down here is like, I have people that get a hold of me for that court reserve app. Wanting to, not that they want me to schedule it for them, but just how do we reserve to get over to use this court? So
What time of day is that? Cause every time I go to the post office to get my mail, I normally go to Turner
I
Rack.
go there in the
I've
morning.
never
I
seen
go
it
there in the
full.
morning, Michael, it is packed, and I live
Morning.
across the river.
As a mainly morning and evening.
As soon as the sun even remotely cracks the sky, it is click, 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 click. I hear it all.
I'm down.
I mean, I know it's busy. I know you guys are lying to
It
me.
is
but I
all
don't
day
understand.
Saturday and Sunday, click,
And
click,
that's-
click, 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 it's all day.
Checking my mail during.
And I can hear it across the river all day long.
Monday evenings, it's really busy, and I walk down there every Monday evening when Reagan's over
Yeah.
here at volleyball practice. And one of my coworkers is in that league on Monday nights, and even made a comment on how much they appreciate the new parking, so that's some good
Yeah.
feedback to put in there.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome down there.
Yeah, and well, not to take the topic too, like off of the pickleball, I get that we're talking about that. But while we're on Cummins Park, I do need to ask, is the splash pad turned off?
No, it was on the other.
It is.
Oh, it is now?
It is now?
It is, yeah. I actually went down there yesterday and moved out the lines. It was shut off.
Okay,
But it's been winterized.
okay,
It was just on Sunday.
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
And the place was packed.
There was a tournament.
Oh, yeah, it
That
was
was that
awesome.
sorority tournament.
Was that Saturday or Sunday?
Some-
Sunday.
So Mike, did you need anything else on the pickleball court?
Nope.
Just letting us know that'll be
Yep,
underway.
the solution is.
Okay.
Oh, the quote Eric ended up getting was actually cheaper than John
John
Young's,
Young's.
the original one. So the one Eric got to replace his saved us, I think, another $2,000 under what John Young was gonna do. So,
Nice. Thank you, sir.
So how much is it gonna be?
31,000.
31.
31 minutes.
31 what?
31,000.
31. Yeah, the quote I gotten was 38.
Yeah,
So,
That was to repair the pickleball court?
no,
That's
that's.
basketball,
Okay.
reconstruct basketball, yeah, we're jumping around a little.
That's cool.
All right, does anybody have anything else? Okay, great. Thanks for all the work, everybody. Next park board meeting is November 4th, 6 PM. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. Vote carries.
See you, Eric.
Bye, Eric.
Bye, Eric.
All right.
Fire.
Have a good night.
Thanks.
Thanks for your help
Thank
with
you, Eric.
Wade's tree.
Oh, no worries.
We were a little
Before
worried
you
that
put your
morning,
phone
but-
pens away, save the dates. December